All right. So this is Canva videos and assignments. And we're going to kind of do a little overview first. A couple of people I expected to be here requested this first part, but it'll be a part of the recording. So maybe they'll come back and watch it. But can everybody hear me okay? Thank you. You're the only person showing your face. Oh, I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to be showing from the pro side because that's what I have. And I know that we can, I believe, get that for everyone too. I should say that out loud, but your department should be able to work with you on that. If not, a lot of the stuff I'm going to be showing you, you can do from the educational or the free. So I'll try to make sure I pay attention to which ones are pro and which ones are free. Most of the time, when it comes to advanced editing and stuff like that, that's going to be on the pro account. But let's get started. So this is what you see when you first log into Canva. A lot of the basic needs and uses for Canva is like, a poster or a sign that's a sign up sheet or anything that's like for advertisement or for Facebook or social media or something like that. For that basic use, you can always just come over to create a design. And I come over to this and I'm like, I have no idea which one of these I want to use. And I feel like I'm not the only one in this boat. Freak out mode, I'm not doing it, I'm done. I don't even want to use Canva anymore because I don't know which one to click on. So have no fear, just click on one. I'm going to click on flyer portrait, okay? The beauty of this is that you do not have to stick with what you clicked up here, and all of these options on the left are not anything that you have to use. So right now, this setting, well, and this might resize option might be a pro option that I'm showing you here. So I'm already going off a little bit, but this is what I do. I know that I need something that's like a square, and this flyer option is not a square, obviously. So I come in here and I go to custom size, and let's say I'm going to make it 8 by 8, just because I don't really care how big the square is. I just need it to be a square. And I'm just going to click resize. And now I have a blank square that I can come in and do whatever I want to it. Like I said, we don't have to use any of these things over here that are on the left. You can come all the way over to your toolbox and you can choose to look up any kind of elements. So like clip art or pictures or anything like that that you might want to have on your product, your square here, that my poster that I'm making. You have text box options, so you can do the 3 generic where if you click on it, it puts it on there for you in a certain size. So this is a heading, and then you have subheading, and then you have body text. So in other words, they're coming in different sizes, but that doesn't mean you have to stick with those sizes. You can always change the font and the size of that font here. And the color. You can change pretty much anything on those in that text box. Where did our options go? Just click back on text, and then you can come back over here and you can click on any of their pre-made, which again, our majority of them are pro, but I'm going to delete this by either hitting delete or where's my trash can? I guess I don't see it, but I'm just going to hit delete, take that away. If you want to choose one of these automatically made text boxes, you can always go in and change what it says there. It's just using that font and that style. These are 2 text boxes that are grouped together. If you don't want them to be grouped together because you want to be able to move the curly Q one away from the straight, you can click on the whole thing and come up here and click ungroup. Now I can move them separately. And then let's say all I wanted to do was just move this guy over here. And now I want them to be grouped again, because then I can move them again together again. You can you click on one of them and you hold down Shift and click on the other, or you can click and drag and that selects both of them, and then you click group, and now they're a group again, and you can move them wherever you want. Okay, one more quick tidbit about these basic directions. I clicked on photos. These are going to load all of your sample free photos to choose from. You can search up here. I'm going to choose this fun little pumpkin here, pink one, to go with my merry and bright. You can resize these pictures. You can also crop them, which I found this by accident. I was just trying to make it smaller and I accidentally cropped it. And I freaked out. Then I realized, well, that's actually kind of nice, because if I need it to go over here or something like that, I can just size it up however I need to. And then I need to bring this back out and it's still there. So I can eyeball it wherever I need it without having to come up to the crop option. So that's really awesome. But let's say that I actually want this to be my whole background. Right click on the image, set image as background. And now it does it proportionally for me. And all of my content can be on top of it without having to worry about moving the picture. I don't want it to be my background anymore. I can right click again and detach from background. Okay. Let's see here real quick. You do have options of different backgrounds as well. Like, that's not the only way to get a background. You can go to the backgrounds section and choose some of the pre-made backgrounds, and it will set it there for you. You can also detach those and delete them from there. Any questions about the basic poster style Canva before I move on? No? Okay.
No, but I thought adding the QR code was kind of cool if anybody's interested in that.
Is it a pre-made QR code or what? What
Yeah,
does it?
I typed QR code in that where it said, well, not search background. You got to get out of that, but. Oh.
Right here?
No, I was in the actual document.
Oh. Okay.
And I typed QR code and it did it for me. It was kind of cool. I was impressed. I added QR codes to my flyers this semester.
So what does it link it to, or does it give you an option to link? Is that what you did there?
Yeah, I linked it to our website.
Okay. Was it an element, or where did you type that?
Right where it said search anything from Canva, I think is
Okay.
where I typed it. And then that use app.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. I have never used that, so I'd like to look into that a little bit more. I wonder how many times you can use that. Okay, thank you. Never used it, didn't even know it was an option. Awesome. I'm going to leave that open so I don't forget about it. All right. Okay, so if there's no other questions about the basic poster making or editing, well, also, actually, let me, before I forget, I did want to show you one of the cool pro options. Let me find, let's see this. Let's say you have a picture that you don't want to have all of the extras in the background. We do have the option with Pro to remove the background. I think this is really cool whenever you're just trying to put, like for the color run last year, I was just trying to put a couple pictures of the Panther with the background of a color splash, and it ended up being really cool because the Panther was just there with the color run information. So now we just have the stacked houses here, and I can crop this up a little bit and then put it over whatever I want. So I think that's a really awesome tool. So even if you have like a picture of students or whatever, and there's a bunch going on in the background, but you just want those students for your flyer or whatever, you can remove the background and it will just leave the students. So it's a really cool option. Okay. The next thing I really wanted to show you guys was the templates. There's a bunch. I didn't even know about the QR codes or anything like that. So like, I have not even scratched the surface of what Canva can do. Pretty much if you need to create something, you'll probably be able to find it on Canva. So I couldn't do enough lunch bites to explain what all it can do. But one of the cool features is this educational section, which I believe is also on the free section. So you go to, on the home page, over on the left is templates. And you have an entire education section. Most of these are more primary, but you can edit all of these things to whatever you want it to look like or whatever content you want to have in it. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about was the worksheet section. I thought this was really cool how it already has templates laid out for you that you can click on, and you can change and you can customize the template. So like you can change what those words are and stuff like that, but the layout is already made. You're not having to drag and drop and all that stuff. The layout is there. You just change the words to match whatever you need it to say. Why would I do that instead of a Word document or something like that? I don't know, it'd be prettier. You can also make a link to share it. So I'm using this as an example. So I made this, I used a template, a timeline template, and I was like, I'd like to know how, different students like to do step-by-step things. So you choose a topic and they have to tell you step-by-step what they do. So this is an assignment in my fake class. And I want every student to fill one of these out and then send it back to me. So I took the template, I put in here, how to, and then they'll fill this out. They'll fill out this text, this text, this text. You get the point. Sharing it to them, I'm going to share with them the template itself. And so instead of sharing it as something that they all fill out, like where we would change this to anyone can edit the link, we want it to be a template link. So they open it on their own Canva, fill it out, save it, send it back. They can download it as a PDF, download it as a ping. However, they can upload it to MyNeoShow. However you are wanting your students to turn in assignments, they've all got the template. They can all fill it out separately, and then they can download it to a ping, or which is a JPEG, or it's an image, or a PDF, and then upload it back to MyNeoShow, or however you're wanting people to turn stuff in. Okay, so I thought that was a really cool way of using Canva for an assignment, because you can make it look a little more interesting. You can also give the students the option to edit however they want. Like you can change the background, but don't change the way the boxes are laid out. Or this is an example. Now make it however you want, turn it back in. Anything like that. Does anybody have any questions about that piece of it? Okay. So going from this into like a group kind of assignment, you want 4 students to work on this project together. You don't want them to change the layout of anything, but you want them to all work on it together. So they can see. So if I type in step 1, my job is to type in step 1. I can type in step 1 on the same document as someone else typing in step 2. But we can't move anything around. If you can tell, I don't know, I might have to zoom in. There's this little lock with a pencil. This means that I've turned the page to a locked version where they cannot, nobody, including myself, so not by accident as well, can move the boxes. So this is flat and I cannot change the layout of this page, but I can type in the text box. So this is great whenever you're going to be using it as a shared template, where students will be working in this together. That way nothing gets changed for the layout. You do that by, let me get back out here so I can see what I'm doing here. Clicking on this, oh, I guess I could see it up there. This little pencil lock up here, there's 3 different settings. There's unlocked, which is creation mode. You've got locked with the pencil where you can choose, I do want them to be able to change that question mark because we need to know what their how-to is. So I can click on that box, go up here to the corner where it says locked, and I can actually change it to, oh, it's going to let me anyway. It was already that way. But if I didn't want them to be able to edit that, I could completely lock that question mark. And now you see that that changed to a lock. Okay. So perfect example is here. I have this box locked, but I have the text box unlocked, not unlocked, but locked where they can edit, but they can't move the box. So how do we share that to our students? We go up to share. Only you can access, is we need to change that to anyone with the link. And then we can edit or change it to can edit, can comment, or just can view. The default, I believe, is on can view. But if we're wanting to do a group project, it needs to be can edit. Copy the link, and then simply share it however you want to. Email, my Neoshow. It just comes over as a link that you can paste. When they get it, they will have to log into their own Canva. So this is obviously, if you're going to be using Canva for assignments and stuff, the students will want to have their own educational Canva. So make sure you're having them do that before you send any kind of assignments through Canva. Any questions about that? Oh, okay. Let me see, where did I have that? Something else I wanted to share along those same lines was, sometimes we do sign up sheets and stuff like that. If you are a part of a group or something, even your class and everyone uses Canva or has access to it, you can also do sign up sheets and stuff like that through the share option to where everyone can edit and put their name on, or the food they want to bring for the luncheon or anything like that. Sign up for a topic for a paper. all of those options, and then you should be able to click on this little, it's like a chart to me, but it's insights, and it shows you how many views and when. I don't know about engagement. I haven't messed with that, but the views was really nice, so I knew if anybody's even opened and looked at it. Just a little extra bonus to the sharing. Okay. I had that on there so I didn't forget to tell you about the locking. Another awesome template that I thought would be cool for assignments or even just showing for examples in your classes are these timelines. All of these templates can be adjusted however works for you. So just getting in here and exploring and seeing which ones would work for your lectures or having your students use or building together in class. You can come in here and you can change this layout to have maybe a question in here. And as you go through class, you can have you can ask the questions, and then your students can answer them, and you can fill it out as a class. Lots of different options. It doesn't have to be just for timelines. If you look through here, for me, even just with my classes, it's kind of nice to like put my own thoughts into it. Like, oh, I didn't think that I could even use a timeline for this. And then you just adjust it however you want. Lots of different options there. Okay. All right. Trying to get out of here. Again, I just wanted to show this worksheet section. I know it's a lot of primary stuff, but it just kind of gives you an idea of all the things you can build with Canva or use and then change. But the next thing we're going to talk about is quizzing in Canva. So these quizzes are not necessarily something that this is for presentation purposes. So you would build this as something you're going to be using in class. You would use the present. So what I did here was I took a education presentation template and then apply all 18 pages so I could see how it worked. And then I would come in here and I would edit it to be whatever content I need it to be. I could even change all the colors of this schoolhouse. I don't like green in the schoolhouse, so I can change it to gray. You can literally edit every single thing on these presentations. Okay. But I didn't because I just did this today. So once you're ready to do the presentation, you have a couple different ways to do it, but when we're doing quiz mode, we're just going to go with standard, present, and then you would go through. You have directions for your students, obviously. This kind of presentation has the assignment set up first, and then it's just like a PowerPoint. But the thing I like about it is, okay, question 1. I want to give them a minute to answer question 1. You guys see this little bubble here that just popped up that's counting down time? All I had to do was push the number 1 on my keyboard and it started that timer. And it gives a visual of the timer going down. You can reset it within the little bubble here. You can also I believe you can move it around. Maybe you can't. I thought you could, but close out of it if you don't want it anymore. Let's say I actually want to give them 3 minutes. Push the 3 on your keyboard. Okay. I cannot remember for sure what happens at the end. I don't know if it has an actual like chime that goes off or if it just runs out. But so in the scheme of things, yes, it's just a lot like a PowerPoint. You can make animations, you can make things come swoop in however you would like, swoop away. But this added piece of a timer is super helpful because you don't have to go anywhere else. You're literally just saying, I want to give these students a minute to answer this question, gives them a chance to write it down, and then you can move on. While I wait for that timer to go down 27 seconds, does anybody have any questions about this before I click in through?
Does this give them an option to respond, like to see the results of the responses? Or is it just self?
No, that would be like poll anywhere and stuff like that. So what you're talking
Yeah.
about? No. Let's see. No alarm. That would have been too nice. No, this is definitely instructor led, and then on this particular one, you have back-to-back questions, and then at the end, so they're using like some kind of LMS where you send your answers privately, and then it gives the answers at the end, just like a PowerPoint could. Nothing interacting between the two. Okay, I'm curious. Oh, never mind. And then escape to get out of it. Another kind of quiz presentation option that they template is where you have the back-to-back and you change just like you have the question still, and then you highlight what the answer is. So you've got dark screen for the question, light screen for the answer, and then highlights what the answer is. So just a fun way to do a quiz for presentation purposes. And again, you can do your timer. I'm sad I can't move that around though. I thought I could. Okay. All right. I thought I had one more. Oh, this was just the one that I was going to use the timer on. So again, like I said, so many to look through, so many different games and stuff on here. Primary, yes, but you can go in and adjust it however you would like. My best advice is to click on it, customize the template, and if you decide how to decide whether or not you want to use it, is by clicking on apply all. So then you can go through it and see if this is the way you would like to have your quiz or presentation laid out. And then you can remove slides, right click, delete page, hide page, all kinds of different options. You can always add notes to your presentations that only you can see. I keep saying presentation, these are saying quiz, but it's the same thing. They're using the presentation mode to make quizzes. So when you go to present, another thing that I did not show was presenter view. Very similar to, I'm gonna move my piece over here, PowerPoint. So you've got your notes, you've got your slides. You can skip wherever you want, or you can guide it on the screen. And then what your students see would just be the PowerPoint or the presentation. Okay. All right, before we jump into the video portion, any questions over presentations? Presentations are just like the poster report, where if you want to just start from scratch, you can. And you can add, let me just go over here and add a slide. You can add elements and text, just like you can on the poster or image creating side. You've got charts, you've got backgrounds. We're going to get to videos. Okay. There's not if we don't have any questions, then we'll move on. And before I go too far, I do want to show you guys what happens every single time you open a template or open a new project or design. Look at all these things. I guess it's once you start messing with it or interacting with it, it saves it to your dashboard. So know that once you go in and start clicking around and stuff, you're adding stuff to your dashboard. So you might want to go back out and clean it up a little bit. So I really don't want this trivia quiz. So I'll click on the 3 dots and move it to the trash. And then that way you can kind of start cleaning up my dashboard here. Okay. So I'm going to show you kind of just a little example of what you can throw together in about 3 minutes, because that's what I did here. I don't even know that it took me 3 minutes. Let me get that out of here. I don't know why it's up there. And then I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so oops. So you can easily share your screen and show previously created a presentation as you are also talking. Okay, so I didn't realize that the music wasn't going to play over my voice, but it didn't, and that's okay, because that's kind of cool too. I would talk louder if I knew it was going to actually be able to play over, if I was going to be able to hear it over that extra music, the audio that I added. But so these are all in different frames. These are all different pieces. So you don't have to do everything all together. You can chop stuff up. You can record a whole long video and then go through and edit it and chop it up and move it around and all that. So let's start from the beginning. So we're going to go home. I'm going to go create, and let's go to video. So automatically this little tray down here looks a little different than it did when we were making a presentation or just a poster, because it has a play button now. And it's empty, obviously. We need to add stuff to it. So when I was playing around, just clicked on this little, it's not Freeze Through Pro, but pre-made video, and it added it in here. Did a little countdown for me. I thought that was kind of fun to start off a video. You've got all these different countdown options or fun little options that you can use. Or you can go to video and you can record yourself. So it's going to be hard for me to show this because I'm using my camera already for Zoom. So I don't know, maybe if I turn my camera off, it'll let me. Let me see here. Nope, it's not going to let me. So, oh, it did. It did. Okay. You can do camera and screen, and you get to choose your screen again, just like you do in Zoom when you share a screen. Or you can, oh, what did I do here? Choose just screen. So if you don't want to record yourself, you can choose to share just your screen. Okay, that's such a lovely picture of me and my husband, sorry. So different options to choose from. And what I really like to do with this is show how to, or not how to, but that you can, where am I? There we are. Share your PowerPoints, presentation, talk over it, video yourself in the corner. Maybe if I can click on this. I knew it was going to still be on that. I need to share this. There we go. And I'm really close now for some reason. But you can move your little video all over the place. It does not have to be in this corner. You can have it out of the way. If you want it to be in the middle, if you want to make it, I don't know what's going, you can mirror it. Let's see what this button does. You can turn your camera off, but I thought that was nice that it's not stuck in the left corner like it's defaulted. You can move it wherever you need. And you can remove this. Present, let's go to, I didn't realize I chose the wrong box. Maybe. Let's do this one. So I'm in Canva still, just in different tabs. I'm using a different screen. I'm going to go to present. I don't know why the internet's being so slow. Probably trying to do too many things at once would be my assumption. Present. Standard. And so now I can just go through my entire lesson with me talking. Obviously, you're going to want to click record, which I haven't done. You'll hit record. I believe yes, it gives you a countdown, and then tells you how long you're going. When you're done recording, you click done. You can save and exit. And then it gives you the option to view it if the internet will catch up with us. And then tells you how. There we go. When you're just like there we go. So it caught up to us. Now you can see that it was 5.4 seconds, and that I can I can crop it if I want to. You can also, I believe, split. So let's say that there was a couple ums in there I wanted to take out. You can come in and you can split that and take an out. Let's see. See, there's another Oh, there's the QR code button that Amber was talking about. We can add pages in between. I think that's a transition. We can add transitions. So in my example, I had an audio playing over the video. You can come in and choose these pre-made audio. I thought there was an option to record yourself, but I'm not seeing that here. I would assume you would probably just do that whenever you're doing your screen recording. You would record over it while you're doing your screen recording. But you have all of these options. Click on one and it puts it out there for the length of the videos you already have. And then you can shorten it up. So let's say I don't want it, oops. Oh. I don't want it to play through the whole thing because I start talking at this point or something like that. You can adjust that. And as you could tell, when I first clicked on it, I could have adjusted where the song started. There it is. Double click on it, and you can actually adjust what part of the song is played right there. Okay. And I'm sorry, I just realized that my video was off that whole time. So lots of cool options there. You don't want that, you can delete that audio track. You can also put just if you have your recording and you have different chapters or different sections that you want to give the students like stopping points, like we have a question after this lecture piece, this 5-minute lecture, now we have a question. You can come in and you can just add your question here. And then come back in, add another section, go in, start recording from there. Let's see. Any questions about that so far?
Maggie, is the record option only a pro feature?
It might be.
Okay.
It
And
might
is there a
be.
limit to the length of a recording like there is on Screencast-O-Matic? I think it's 15 minutes or something.
I haven't hit one yet, but I also don't know that I've had something longer than 15 minutes. So
Okay.
I will look into that for you. It's a good question. I was going to see on my free. I don't think video in general is, oh yeah, you can only use the pre-made videos.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing on mine, is it looked like I could use some videos, but it didn't give me the ability to record.
Okay, so yeah, that must be just a pro option. Wonder if you can upload your own videos. That's fun. So I don't really know what each department can is doing with the pro accounts and stuff like that. I know that you can do 5 per license, I think 5 logins per. And so that might be something, if this is something you guys see being beneficial to your lessons or lectures and stuff like that, I would definitely look into getting pro, because there's a lot of options and you don't feel as restricted. You see these options out there and then you can't use it because you don't have pro. Like with the background remover from the images, it's definitely something that's been really helpful for me with creating a bunch of stuff for online. So this video piece is just for pro. So I'm sorry about bringing that to you guys if you don't have pro, but maybe it will get you excited to go get it, especially because then you can share. It's the same thing with your share option. If you want to do a group thing with your coworkers, like let's say we're putting together a department video. I don't know, we've never done that, but maybe we will. You can share it and everyone can add their own little piece and it's staying in there. We're not having to email back and forth to get that built. You can share it to where just your students can see it and comment just like the other designs. Share the link to watch, so it's just a video and you want to send it to your students. What I've found helpful, so at the beginning of a semester, we want to do a little walkthrough for your students for an online class. This is how you get to your coursework. This is how you get to the syllabus. This is what the syllabus is. This is all of those different steps. You make a screen record and walk them through it, through the screen recording, and then you can go in and I believe it is under download. Nope, not download. Let me find it real quick. I know it's under share. More. There it is. You go to share and then more, and then it's the embed code. You can embed it right into one of your blog posts or news posts, and it shows up as a video for your students just to automatically view without having to click on anything. And it plays just like a YouTube video. Other piece that's really cool is that if you wanted to, you could edit that video, and that embed link is going to continue to be the same, but whatever you do to that video will show up for those students. So let's say it's a continuous video, you've got 1 minute updates or something that you just keep updating for each week. You've got a week 1 video that you want to add stuff to. They don't have to find a different link. It's on that same embed code over and over and over. So you don't have to update anything. You just go into Canva, you change whatever you want to change on your video, and it automatically updates for your students wherever that embed code or link is living. So I thought that was an awesome option. I can't remember what it was on one of the links I sent out, but I knew I needed to remove something and put something else in its place. And so I did it, and I was curious to see if the students could use the same link to see my changes, and it did work for them. So I thought that was helpful. I didn't have to completely re-upload the entire video and give them a new link and all of that. It was just automatically updated for them, and they could view it just like they would originally and may not even notice the change at all. So